Wildcats of Weber State from the Big Sky Conference, the 4th all-time meeting, and it'll start at the 25-yard line. So our first snap from the line of scrimmage this year, and an empty backfield, just a swing out to the left, just a little probing play, no surprise there. Actually going to shift up. Here comes a player crashing on down. They pitch it to the outside, but actually hanging on to it, I should say, is Jackson Gilkey, and Gilkey tripped up as he got to the line. Now, they do have some players, no doubt. Again, the situation, most time you get FCS versus FBS, it's that depth. Moving and finding his receiver is Wright, taking it in from Barnett. He jukes one, and now he's here in Harrisonburg, and this is exactly what he did at Holy Cross, was run the football.
Good job by those guys sniffing that one out.
Matt Herron in there, a junior from Holiday, Utah. Stuffed that line of scrimmage initially. So a third down. Dukes are 1 for 1 on third down conversions. And back in, it's Barnett. He swings it out here. This is Michael Scott with his first career catch. Dukes have a bevy of backs, a bevy of receivers. There are a lot of big numbers. We'll get to that in this game as well. And this time it is Barnett carrying the football, tiptoeing down the sideline.
Very methodical, marching down the field.
They had to go 10 more yards than they thought they would have to because of the penalty. Here's Barnett, pulls it down and goes to the end zone for the score. Welcome back, AB.
I mean, this is a really good play. I mean, he faked the handoff to Wayne Knight up the middle, which is something they've had success on with this drive, and so no surprise that Barnett keeps it, takes it into the end zone pretty much untouched.
Point after attempt, and he sends it into the good hands of Allstate for the point after. He's a transfer from FAU.
I think the fans are pretty excited about.
Yep. Weber with the football for the second time. In motion is Record. He comes to the near side, and the handoff goes to the big man out of the backfield. And this is a pretty good running back for...
That makes one of us.
That's right. Gilkey drops it off underneath. Little screen, well executed. The Dukes close in on it. He's got the ball at the 45-yard line. Hand off again to Knight. Knight cuts back through the middle. Very close to a first down. I don't think he got into that contest. Here's Sluka, fakes the pass. He's going to run the football, and he picks up the first down, and he wants a little bit more, and he falls forward. He's going to hand the ball off, and now it goes over to Scott. Scott eludes the tackler. Has to move to the inside, and on the outside numbers, Sluka carries the football. Oh, nearly got to the outside, but he is tripped up as Monte Pate.
This looks like 4-down territory for James Madison. Barnett's back in the game. I would look to see some sort of play action pass here utilizing Wayne Knight.
Knight to his left. Knight's going to flare out. Over the middle, though, and he finds his receiver.
That was a big possession catch for that young man.
Ellis with 50 catches, 588 yards as a Richmond Spider last year. Richmond opened its season today, a member of the Patriot League. Here's the first catch for Isaiah Alston.
James Madison has had.
Barnett snaps the football, and he gives it up to Pettaway. Pettaway directing things. Here's the pass, open receiver, touchdown, James Madison. Isaiah Alston, his first as a Duke. And James Madison 2 for 2 on drives. Morgan Sorez.
And this play starts up front. I mean, the offensive line gave him all the time he needed. Super easy.
2 for 2. Suarez last year for the Owls of Florida Atlantic. We'll catch up with David in a moment. Here's Gilkey. He's going to take it right back up the middle. Just a quarterback draw. I'm not sure if that was the original design or not, but the 27th, that is, of his career. And for Weber State, 7 plays, just 16 yards of total offense. Looking left and now looking right and throwing on the run. It's out of bounds. And empty backfield for Gilkey. Airs it out, and it is caught. Goes to the back shoulder at the 37. New set of downs. Trips to the left, 2 to the right. Gilkey takes it up the middle. The Texas native over and into James Madison territory. Bound out this young man, and a lot of the Weber State fans don't know much about him yet either. And he's going to carry the football, and coming in and wrapping him up, he was met at the line of scrimmage. James Madison successful on its only attempt from 4th down yardage. And the air out is incomplete.
The stands, it's the people in the community that really make this place, what it is. And it's the same from when I left. From when I left till today. Memory-wise, leading up to that week, the preparation we put in, the game plans we put in.
as is Barnett. And he sails this pass out, caught and pulled in by Logan Kyle. Uncommon. Here's a throw to the corner, and a flag comes out as Smoke Collins was held. Barnett changing the play at the line of scrimmage, so he will shift a day to the left. Hands it to him. Io goes straight forward inside the 10 when he was at North Texas. Now Louisiana Tech is joining the Sun Belt, the new addition. Here's Barnett going again, takes a hit and is dropped, but he picks up the first down.
Taking on contact.
This is one of the speculations, because now you take Barnett out in this goal line situation in essence, and they give it to Sluka, and he tiptoes into the end zone. Patrick Ray is the holder for Suarez, who knocks through his third.
But of course, with our history with them, we obviously know it's Weber.
And the kick return. Here's a flag on the far side.
Yeah, amazing career for Racky.
He did. He had one whale of a career. That just kind of got him started. How about a tackle in the backfield? A loss on the play, and that was linebackers for the Dukes out of Holy Cross. 70 tackles last year. He had a career high 9 against Colgate a year ago.
Of a guy who played linebacker for the Dukes last year from Holy Cross.
Here's a toss out and just jammed him up. There's a few streaks of sun that peek through in some of the Vollmers here. The toss, and here's a pass incomplete, but a flag comes out, not one but two. So it was handoff, trying to get to the outside, nothing doing whatsoever.
Big time throw from a really good young quarterback.
So Creation sets up a situation where it's third. Back to pass. Gilkey flares it out. He's got an open man, but he throws behind him. Oh, it's blocked. Picked up by the Dukes.
And that's Chase Regan. Once again, this guy keeps showing up on special teams.
James Madison as the Dukes will take over at the 31. Alonzo Barnett. Barnett pitches it here to the near side. That's Knight. Knight gets away from a tackler, stays on his feet, lunges forward down to the 13-yard line. Sluka back in for the Dukes. Number 9 looks to the right, goes to the corner, and it is caught, pulled in. Ellis has his first as a Duke. Had 4 touchdowns last year for the Spiders, and he's got his first as a Duke. In his career, 70 receptions for 802 yards and 5 touchdowns.
What a great throw by Matthew Sluka. You know, all the talk about Sluka is...
And do some harvesting at this time of year with a hat like that.
That sounds like a plan.
They're doing a lot of that around here these days. You would need a drone to find anybody in them this year. Nice return. This is one of the better returns of the day. Takes the snap. Turns, now flares out to the near side, finds an open receiver, not covered recently for this program. Third down and 7, that is. Back to pass, and here comes a flag. Ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Weber has been in JMU territory once today. This time he gets the punt off, but it wasn't without some jeopardy. Swing it over right side, little seam. Boy, he was brought down. Ball is separated, but it is recovered. Weber State as well. 6'2" is the shortest player, 218 the smallest player, if you would. And there's a man all alone for the touchdown as Noah Kerr brings it in for the score. And Weber State capitalizes on the turnover deep in James Madison territory.
That's right.
So he is mentally working on a lot of things at the same time.
Well, I say offensive coordinator to differentiate. That's it.
First kick return for the Dukes today, and it comes out to Wayne Knight. Knight's got a seam down the 30. He's across the 35 to the 40, and he squeaks through. He's on his way to the end zone. All the way down to the 10 and touchdown, but
James Madison.
Well, how Knight got out of this, because I don't think the hold had anything to do with what he did to come out of this pack on the far side. Let's see if we can see it here.
Yeah, and that's a good call. I mean, you get your hands on the back of the defense.
You were exposed a lot. But you also got around a lot of players, just like Wayne Knight is doing right here. And he's making number 3 very proud with the way he returns the football. All right, so here we go to get the second half underway at the 19-yard line. It's Barnett. He's going to carry the football right up the middle through the 30, and he's going to slide down after he picks up the first down. Second down and about 13. Dupree is the tight end. Here comes Actually, he's going to run with it. He finds an open spot. He's going to take off, and he's out of bounds, shy of the first down marker.
Get to that first down marker.
So Weber will take over at the...
Just disappointed by the hold. Also mentioned the other 2 flags in the backfield.
Gilkey gets away, tosses the football, and it's incomplete as a number of players converge together. Barksdale was back there. Really a starter a year ago with how he has handled things.
Continue the drive.
Dropping back, Gilkey 3-step drop, puts it up the air, and a little too much air underneath it. Here's the snap, a good snap. Here's the kick. It's got some distance. Does it have the direction? Yes, it does.
Bob Chesney talked about he wants to see his teams finish this year, and so I would expect to see them go back to some of the basics, some of the fundamentals, and we're seeing it right now with a big run from George Pettaway.
That's Pettaway bouncing to the outside. Isaac Mahuku makes the tackle. Pettaway hesitates, gets to the outside, to the 20, heading towards the end zone, caught from behind inside the 10. See number 0 out there, Jaylon Sanchez, another transfer. He falls down, now gets up, and all of a sudden he's open. And here's the snap. It's a low snap. Barnett picks it up, looks, throws, and is it a catch? There's a flag on the play. Here comes the pressure. Now Barnett works to the right, throws to the backside. The hold. Here's the kick. And it looks it's through, and yes, indeed it is.
Yeah, 3 road games to start the season is tough.
That was tipped up by England and then caught in the air by Tyler Brown. And takes the handoff, and now it's Sluka. Sluka spins, and he can't keep his balance. The receiver on the outside. Now he goes to the corner, little hand jobbing, and with that, ball deep inside their own territory for Weber State, and the Wildcats keep it on the ground. Duke's bringing a safety blitz. There's a pass flag coming in on this side again. The ball pops up into the air. DJ Barksdale pressing on this right side, and nearly a safety. He had a yard to work with. Plenty of time. Finds his receiver. It is caught by Scott. Throw was a little low, but Scott. Here's the snap. The left-footed kick, and it's low and blocked. Run for 23 yards. He's got it there, but he'll lose some yardage. We'll change that number. Michael McMullen comes in to make the tackle, and Sam Daniels is the coach of that defensive line, and he likes this unit a lot. He'll just keep running guys in there. That's just their 3rd penalty tonight for 22 yards. Floating a little tall, and that's the 1-2 picks. To the outside goes Knight, breaks it free to the 40, 30, down to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Wayne Knight. There you go, number 3, Delvin Joyce.
Saw before they called the timeout, the cornerback for Weber State was on the edge of the line. Big play by James Madison's offense.
It was a 59-yard run, which is a career long for.
And yesterday, Bob Chesney talked about how, he and Wayne Knight see the game the same. He couldn't say enough good things about Wayne Knight.
Oh, the ball is free. Hold on. Nope, they're going to say it's down.
He was down.
Okay, he was down.
Coming loose. It's second down.
All right, I want to throw some numbers at you here as we talk that have helped us out in research for today's game. Airing it out. And just a little overthrown, looking for smoke betwixt and between. Off to the left side, only a couple of yards gained there by Pettaway. Barnett feels a little pressure, airs it out, and he was aiming for Sanchez.
The Sun Belt.
leaving Conference USA. And that's a completed pass to the far side. Marcus, 1st and 10 from the 41. Handoff up the middle, a seam there. Handoff up the middle once again for Bacic, and he plows his way through.
Offensive line. These guys are really doing a fantastic job at the line of scrimmage on what many people would say is probably the best defensive line in the Sun Belt.
In motion goes Benny. A handoff, though, on a first-time experiences for the newcomers here to James Madison University, both on the field and in the stands. So that makes the current president Big Jim, at least in my mind. He is taller. Yeah, they have that and a champion Philly sandwich on the menu. That ball flared out and read out perfectly. 3rd down and about 16. Gilkey's going to put some air under it. Seam pass, intercepted. Thomas. He's going to take it to the middle of the field, and he is tackled at the 40.